Here we go back to 1964 with Harvey Hits, Volume 1, number 85 in that series. All the way back to 1964, and yet this comic is in a relatively decent shape considering its age. I'm going to show you the front cover. Obviously a little bit of wear there, especially at the staples. It looks like it might have come loose, and we'll check on that in a moment. I'm going to check the back cover as well. You can see it's very discolored. It's starting to get brittle on this one. I will shine the light all over it so you can see any kind of discoloration. You can see any kind of creases or anything like that. Now, yep, so it has come undone completely, which is a shame. And I'm going to show you here. We'll put the book like that so you can see that in the catalog as well. We will have that photo. Because of the nature of how we create these catalogs, it might not state it explicitly, but it is shown right there for you. I'm also going to show you, oh, look at that. One of those has come loose. So it appears to be complete, and yet it has come loose from the staples, unfortunately. But in all around, the interiors look pretty decent. So a nice reading copy to fill those holes in your catalog until you can get a nicer one. Next up, we've got Harvey Hits again from 1966. This time is quite a bit later. We're now into the hundreds on this one. I'll show you as we shine that light all over it, the nice wiggle jiggle there, to give you an idea of the wear and tear on the cover. We'll show you the back. Back is looking pretty good. A little bit of discoloration down at the bottom, a few issues here and there. Of course, stress on the spine. We'll open it up to show you some of the quality and condition of the paper and the art, the ink inside. As we move on to the last one from the same year, this is Gabby Gobb, still a 12 center, so hard to find in just about any condition, but this is in fairly decent condition for its age. You see some lines and stuff on there. Now, of course, we do these in high definition. We start off in 8K. It gets down graded to probably about 1080p by the time you're seeing it. But that's still plenty of definition to go back, zoom in, pause, rewind, and really get a feel for these. You can also see the photos at TheBigToyAuction.com in the catalog as we show you these interiors. So that'll give you an idea of the condition. If you were here in the studio with us, you'd certainly take a look at these, hold them, touch them, peruse them. And since that's hard to do far away, we try to make this available to you instead. As we move on to Archie at Riverdale High. You see some wear and tear on the cover. I don't like to use the word tear there, but some wear on the cover. The spine has seen much better days. But for a 50-year-old book, not too bad. Now we'll show you some of those interiors. Moving on to 209. Now you can see, for whatever reason, somebody has written that on there. I'm guessing they went to sell it at a yard sale, is what happens a lot of times. This is from 1973. It's got a lot going on there on the sides, on that top corner, at the spine, which shows some spine rolls. So is this one that you're going to send in and get graded? No, it certainly is not. Is it one that you're going to enjoy as a reader copy? Yes, I think you might. The back has some issues as well, including I thought that chunk was missing. It's not. It's doggy-eared. For some of you, that may be the same thing. I don't know. We don't teach you, or we don't tell you how to collect. We let you choose what you're going to collect. Now, however, the interiors aren't looking too bad. You see a little bit of doggy earring there, but the color and ink is pretty nice. So this is obviously one that you're probably going to want to use just to fill some holes in that collection until a better one comes along. But as these things get older and harder to find, this makes for a really good substitute. We're moving on to Archie at Riverdale. This is number 62. In that series, 1979, and you can see quite a few issues on this one as well, most notably near the spine, a little bit up near the top. We'll shine that light on it. You can see that crease in the cover. All of that can press out. or most of it at least, can press out. There might be some color breaking. But is it worth it to you to do that? Well, that's up to you as a collector. We just get these from our consigners, make them available to you so you can do what you like to do with them as a collector. And we're going to move right along to Archie at Riverdale High. This is number 69 in that series from 1980, so a little over 40 years old. Starting to get a little bit more 80s looking, as you can see from the styling on the front cover. Still has some 70s throwback feel to it, but it's getting there. You see the corners, some creasing along those corners, some issues at the spine. Same on the back, especially that bottom left-hand corner where you see the dog ear. We're going to look for some whitish pages, pages that don't have a lot of ink on them so that you can judge the quality and condition of the paper. And we're moving right along, still in the 80s right here with number 73. Yep, more of the same. Big crease down the center, if you can see that. And again, we do offer both the video and the photos as high def as we can get them, so that you can see all of that. Back is looking a little bit better than the front. Some issues right up there in the top left. But a good, passable reading copy. Did somebody start to fill that out? It's hard to tell. You can go back and take a look. I don't know if that was done that way on purpose, if that was a starter to let you know as part of the ad, or if somebody actually started filling that out. Before we move on to our last Archie at Riverdale High, this is number 86 from 1982, so 40 years ago this came out. 40 years later, it's going to go into your collection. You can see a little bit of streaking on there. Some issues here at the spine, that little stamp. A little marking up at the top. Shine the light on it, give it the old wiggle jiggle before we finally open up the interiors and show you the colors, quality, and condition of these pages as well. So that's going to do it. A lot of good stuff there. You got the Harvey Hits, the Archie at Riverdale High, lots of other goodies in this week's auction, as well as every other week. You can check them out at TheBigToyAuction.com. Leave those pre-bids right here, right now. The auction is live, or join us live on auction day. That's the best way to enhance your chance of getting these items into your collection. Whichever way you choose to do it, we look forward to seeing you at the auction.